One of the work packages that we're involved in the LUNZ is about bringing people together to really share expertise. It's what we call a big tent, getting all sorts of different expertise from policymakers, from people who are involved in working the land, to sort of specialists from different forms of science and arts, trying to get them together to learn from each other about what might be done. And indeed what is already being done. So one of the things we want to learn from is what's already happening. So we had this first of these big tent events in Edinburgh, and I'm just going to talk through some of the things that came out from the discussion. We're still trying to synthesize all the different viewpoints that came through. But one of the things was actually the different understandings that people have about net zero, and the different positions that people have about net zero. That some people are very in favour and very adamant that this is really important. Other people are very sceptical or maybe quite anti the whole notion. And lots of people maybe, I just don't know quite what it means, how to understand what's happening. So we're interested in sort of different understandings of the term, sort of the lack of clarity that some people feel about different understandings of the term, and maybe it's sort of its significance in terms of what does it mean for me? What does it mean for the place where I'm living? What actual asks are being made of me? What expectations do people have of what I should be doing? That was one of the themes that came through, the sort of different understandings. There was a question about who's driving net zero transitions, and does that matter? Is it always private interests? Do we always need private interests to be involved? And are they always going to be serving their own interests, or can we harness them to provide some public goods while still serving their private interests? Do we need to move away from our current views about what governments do and how they get involved in activities? How should people identify which knowledge they should be adopting? There are lots of different understandings, even around sort of things like a peat bog and what we should be doing for that. Are we asking some people to do lots and other people to maybe sort of don't need to do quite so much? Are we asking lots of people to do things and they don't maybe get much benefit out from it? Or are other people actually going to gain considerably from net zero transitions, and they, in a sense, don't really need to be convinced too much? There's lots of different challenges that maybe need to be addressed, and maybe lots of different potential solutions. And does that whole diversity mean that there is a sort of tendency for inaction? I'll wait till things become a bit clearer before I make choice, before I make a decision. And then another theme was, but lots of people are already taking action. Maybe we don't recognise those actions. How can we learn about those actions? How can we learn from different activities, different individuals and different organisations? Do we need lots more knowledge, lots more skills, and maybe lots more confidence to engage in actions? And maybe that takes time to build, but do we have that time? Or do we have to start acting now?